And pitching-wise, Roger Clemens was, I mean, he's a workhorse. The things he could do are unbelievable, and the longevity he had in his career, and still playing and pitching at the level that he was later in his career was unbelievable. So I definitely looked up to him.
Connor Graham can be anything close to what Roger Clemens was. We'll take it, as Clemens, of course, 7-time Cy Young Award winner. Things didn't end the best for him at MLB, but Jason, people forget, in the 80s and 90s when he was a younger pitcher, he was probably the best young pitcher that I ever saw.
Well, he was a flamethrower. I mean, anytime that I played video games, I made sure that I wanted to be Roger Clemens. I mean, just a great person. You know, yeah, he had some issues with Major League Baseball at the end, but the guy knew how to pitch, the guy knew how to get it done, and he's unbelievable. A great idol, I think.
Yeah, you sure got it done, to say the least. All right, time now to go inside with our focus on the future. And we're going to check in with Phelps down in Akron. And here's more from this second baseman who's really tearing it up with Katie Witham.
Thanks, guys, for this week's Focus on the Future. I'm joined by second baseman from the Akron Arrows, Phelps. And if your season progresses as it has so far, you very well could be the next second baseman for the Cleveland Indians. You came out of the draft as one of the most complete players. What do you feel like you do best out there?
I don't know. I guess it's my job's been pretty easy because I've been surrounded by a lot of good players here, and able to kind of learn from them. And you know, I've just been trying to play good defense and try to contribute a little bit at the plate. Having a good time so far.
Now, you were a 3-year starter at Stanford. How did playing there, and I mean that's a very competitive program, so how did Stanford really prepare you for what you're doing now?
Yeah, it really did. The coaching staff there is great, and we had a lot of good players there as well, and just a great atmosphere to compete. And I guess if you can play there and feel comfortable there, and then it really prepares you for the next step. Now,
coming into this, you were really a shortstop and a third baseman, but they needed a second baseman, so you kind of made that transition. Was it a big jump going from, I mean, your left side of the field to the right side of the field?
Actually, it wasn't all that bad because I played all three in college, so I had a little bit of experience there, and especially my last year, I played there a lot, so it wasn't that bad actually, and I feel pretty comfortable at second.
What do you feel like is the biggest difference between being at second?
I don't know, just every position, the angle's a little bit different, especially third. You get kind of crazy hops over there, and you don't have to deal with that at second, so that's nice. But at second and short, you got to deal with the runners and stuff, so there's a little nuances, but it's fun.
Just give them an elbow when they're going by it or something. No. One of the things that I really like about you is you're a switch hitter, and I know that's a lot more common nowadays, but how did you even, what made you start working on something like that?
I don't know. I started doing it when I was little. I actually threw left-handed first when I was little. My dad took me to the store and said pick out a glove, and I picked out a left-handed throwing glove.
Really?
And so you know, from then on, I knew
he didn't grab you and was like, no, you need this.
No, he's been pretty hands-off. He kind of lets me do my thing, so that's nice. But you know, since then, I kind of knew I could do things from both sides, I guess, a little bit, and started messing around with it when I was little and just took it from there.
What do you feel like, I mean, obvious there are advantages to being a switch hitter. What are those for you?
I don't know. I guess the biggest advantage is you don't see that curveball going away from you. Everything is coming towards you. So, you know, that gives you a little bit of advantage when you're hitting, and, you know, it's a little bit, I think most hitters would say, you know, it's a little bit easier to see opposite side. You know, if you're hitting lefty facing a righty, so that helps as well. Well,
you definitely have been successful at the plate. Carolina League, you led the league in walks, so you were out there a lot. What's the key when you step up to the plate?
I don't know. I don't know what happened last year. I think I just was trying to be patient and seeing all the pitches, and if you try to stay in your zone, you'll get on base. And you know, that was a good part of my game last year, and hopefully I can keep that up.
You're here with the Akron Arrows, and you guys, the defending Eastern League champions. You've got the target on your back. What do you feel this team does best this year?
I don't know. It seems like we're pretty complete. We got a lot of players returning, and our lineup, I think, is really solid, and our pitching is good as well. And you know, I hope we can just keep it rolling and look ahead and not look behind us. Yeah.
Fingers are crossed for you. I got it. Hey, Cord, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you for having me.
That's this week's edition of Focus on the Future here with second baseman Phelps. I'm Katie Witham for SportsTime Ohio.
Well, thanks. Katie right there on a great interview with Cord Phelps. And you look at him, comes from Stanford, you know, that's my, I look at it and I'm just like, hey, Jason Stanford Cardinals. That's what everybody goes by, but
nice.
Great player right here.
Yeah, he sure is. Cord Phelps, a couple of years ago, he was drafted in 2008 by the Tribe. We were talking about him at Mahoning Valley. He's really come through now. He's having a nice minor league career, and he seems to be getting better, which is, of course, key as you go up the ladder. If you can get better with each level you go to, that's a tremendous sign. All right, we'll take one more break here with Indians Minor League Magazine. There's still more to come here on the show. We'll take a look at where the other teams will be. Plus, as you check this out, the Ribbit leapfrog race at Huntington Park. Rib it. Get it? They have to pass ribs as they leapfrog. Okay. Yeah, we're getting ready for our final toss. It's coming up next right here on STO.
Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second.
Don't forget our next TV broadcast right here on SportsTime Ohio of the Columbus Clippers. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs invade on Thursday, May 27th. We'll have all the action for you right here on SportsTime Ohio. Coverage begins at 6:30. I think Bruce is going to be out in Columbus before that, too. So check him out if you're down there. Don't forget about the Around the Horn ticket package either. Some great deals here, really tremendous for the price. Go to Indians.com for more information on that. You can also call 216-420-HITS. That is a great thing to take advantage of, for sure. Welcome back here to the show, our final segment. Al Pulowski, Jason Stanford. Jay, you know, when you take a look at what the Columbus Clippers have done this year, and they're slowly moving up the standings, but they've got some great individuals that are progressing. Donald's been very exciting. We all knew about Carlos Santana, and now we're also seeing Frank Herman do a tremendous job in the bullpen. So there's some definite prospects that are right there if the Indians should need them.
I think they've done a great job, and I believe it starts with coaching. And when you look at Mike Sarbaugh and you look at Charles Nagy, who are the two coaches there, you got to make sure that when you're doing it the right way, you get the prospects that you need, but at the same time, they're doing it on the field. And it's awesome to see because that's a great area, great city, great ballpark. I mean, just everything about it is going the right way. And that's the whole reason they were named, I believe, Marketing of the Year for the Columbus area.
Yeah, it sure was nice. You know, Michael Brantley, Chris Jimenez, a couple of former Indians. They're tearing it up right now at AAA. All right, let's take a look at the standings now for where these teams are. Columbus is indeed in first place. Akron is in sixth place. They're struggling there, but their prospects like Cord Phelps, outstanding. Kinston in third place. Lake County in first place with Ted Kubiak. Mahoning Valley will get their season underway in about a month. Let's check the schedule. Columbus on the road at Gwinnett and Charlotte. Akron travels to Altoona before coming home to face Harrisburg. Saturday, the first 2,000 fans get a team poster. Kinston hosts Salem before heading to Frederick, and Lake County heads to West Michigan before returning to Classic Park to take on South Bend. So that's where the minor league teams will be this week. If you're in those areas, stop by. And Jay, you can really see some nice baseball. I remember my dad used to love to go down to Arrows games and just watch some of these kids play. It really is a great time out.
It is, and the nice thing about it is that the Indians have done a great job of getting everybody close by. Because now you have the Columbus Clippers close, you have Lake County, you'll have Mahoning Valley Scrappers starting in about a month, and that's going to be fun to watch because this year's draft is very stacked with pitching. I think the Indians are going to go hard after the pitching. So if you're able to go out and see some games, hey, what better way than go see minor league baseball?
Absolutely. I agree. All right, that's it for us here on Indians Minor League Magazine. Make sure you join us next week for another edition on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in. We'll leave you with the Dizzy Bat Race at Canal Park. Stanford tried this once and wasn't pretty. For Jason, I'm Al Pulowski. Have a good one.